Welcome to RTV. I have been teaching about the village system, the village economy, agriculture, production in the last 5 lessons under the program called Teaching English to the Sheep. Now, this program is not just to teach only English, but tell the country and the world what is the strength of India as a nation and where this nation actually began, its great civilizational history called village. So, without understanding Indian village, we cannot understand India as a nation, or we cannot understand India's history. History does not mean who were the kings who ruled us, who were the prime ministers who ruled us, who were the people that did this war or that war. That is not the Indian system that we need to understand. That is one aspect of it. But actually, the real India is in our villages. So, as I said in the 5th lesson, that in villages, men and women go to the field work, cut the crops and bundle them, bring the grain to homes, and then the grain or millets are turned into our daily cooking food. Now, what we have to understand is today, in the 6th lesson, what is a kitchen? How do women cook food with the grain, with the pulses or vegetables that are grown, and why men don't take equal share in that work? Because women take part in the production work, but men don't take part in the housework. This is where a great loss to the nation is happening. The nation is built with the labor of men and women. If men and women don't do every work and they don't participate particularly in homework, then the knowledge system will not advance. Take for example, rice has to become food at home. Now, earlier rice was being thrashed both by men and women, and now it is coming from the mills where the raw rice is converted into cookable rice. Now, this rice, when women cook at home, there is a systematic process how they cook. Now, along with that, there is a millet food that they cook, there is vegetables that they cut and cook, there are other varieties. The kitchen needs oil. How does oil come? Where does oil come from? So, this whole thing, Indian kitchen or any kitchen in any house in the world, is a converted industrial process of food making from field to kitchen. Now, in the field we produce grains, millets, and from animals we take milk, and from animals we take meat, we bring fish home, and we bring vegetables. As I said, human beings have to eat all kinds of food items. Human beings should not confine to mere meat food or vegetable food. Now, majority of the world people and eat both meat, vegetables, fish, all together. And food is known as food. There is nothing like meatarian food, there is nothing like vegetarian food. Some people divided the food vegetarianism and meatarianism, but that is a wrong division. It will not sustain human mental power and also physical power. Human being, unlike animals, have to eat both. But in that, we also choose which animal food is good for digestion, which fruit is good for digestion, which vegetable is good for digestion, which is not poison, all that. Take for example, very simple thing. Many fish and snake look alike. But we in India don't eat snake. We eat fish. But they look like similar. If once it is cooked, the piece that is cooked does not look different from one another. Of course, Chinese and the Eastern world, what we call the Buddhist world, Japan, mostly Chinese, eat snake also. But in India, we eat sheep, but majority Indians don't eat dog. Whereas in Northeast India, people eat dog. Though it does not look, very uncomfortable for people, the physical appearance of sheep or dog may look similar, but people don't eat dog. In major part of India, those who eat sheep, goat, chicken, they do not eat dog. So we select within the meat. Somebody can eat, several animals. Somebody can eat only few animal meat. Somebody can eat several vegetables. Somebody can eat all kinds of fish. Somebody cannot eat. So that choice is up to them. But once the meat or milk or wheat or rice or millets come to home, they need to be converted into food. And this is where the home and kitchen labor must be understood very seriously. Normally, in lesson teaching, neither the book writers nor the teachers, even women teachers, do not talk about kitchen as a food making industry. Like as I said in the earlier lessons, you have leather instrument making, leather rope making, that was the first early industry. Then you have weaving as the next most civilizational industry. Then you have carpentry, ironsmithing, goldsmithing, bronze smithing, and you have pot making. So many, things made a village along with producing food on the soil. A village, a combination of civilizational collective. But people don't understand, in every house, historically our women have created a cooking industry at home. Anything that converts a raw material into a new thing is an industrial process. Because in India, somehow our economists did not define what is an industry, what is a cottage industry, what is good, what is bad. They have not categorically defined and taught to our children. Unless children learn these things, the elders don't understand what they will become in future. Today's child is tomorrow's citizen. Tomorrow's citizen is a nation builder. One can be employee, one can be engineer, doctor, collector, or minister, or prime minister, whatever. But that is what the child is. This child, whether male or female, does not know that kitchen is the earliest industry that home prepared for conversion of rice into edible food, conversion of many millets into edible food item, conversion of raw milk into boiled milk, and then curds, then ghee, then buttermilk, so on and so. So you, from milk you are creating several new things, and you see the difference of the taste. The raw milk that comes from a buffalo or a cow or a goat or a sheep will not have the same taste like the boiled milk. And the curd that comes from the same milk will not have the same taste. Similarly, the ghee that is made out of the same milk will not have the same taste. Buttermilk will not have the same taste or same utility and same energy levels or same proteins. So what kitchen does is it converts the raw food materials into edible materials. And who is the industrial worker in the kitchen? Historically, our women. It could be our mothers, it could be our sisters, it could be our grandmothers, it could be our aunts or whoever. But unfortunately, men did not take part in this industrial mechanism. Perhaps if men and women were to work together, we would have created many new technologies at home. Now, unfortunately, in India, those who were involved in this technology that I am telling you, the technology of leather making, the technology of weaving, technology of carpentry, pot making, and iron smithing, and rope making, these were condemned as bad things. This is very unfortunate theory that came in India by people who never seriously understood what is India actually, what is human being. They never understood even what is religion. They say that because of our religious practice, we don't approve these things. That's wrong. Religion cannot teach you that. That is not religion. That is a superstitious belief. So, in our villages, Pochamma, Ellamma, Maisamma, or Potaraju, or Mallanna, these gods and goddesses don't teach such things. They don't teach about you should practice untouchability and this god's caste is this. No, they don't have caste. So, kitchen and home were the first industrial conversion agents from raw material into food items. And that's how we have survived. So you keep watching and listening this lesson very carefully. Particularly mothers must make their children, their sons and daughters together to listen this lesson and see that both of them work at home, whether it is sweeping, dishwashing, vegetable cutting or cooking process. Teach both of them the same work and also allow them to learn the same work in the field and in the market. Thank you. In the next lesson, we will look at how our villages were formed with all this collective agrarian and industrial knowledge. Thank you.
Subscribe RTV
RTV Telugu.
RTV Telugu.
RTV Telugu.